Live from the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios. It's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
I got swag on it.
I got
swag on it. I got a shirt like this one, and we're going to give some away. This is a Southtown 101 San Antonio Spurs Victor Wembanyama shirt that's made to look. It's made to look like the.
so they can see what they get.
Sir, it's made to look like the old Ramones T-shirt. There was one going around forever. I actually have it at home. It said Tim, Tony, Pop, Manu on
I
it,
remember that one.
and it looks like the old Rolling Stone. It looks like the old Ramones record. And they made these here at Southtown where we do our show every day. I got I got 3 of these to give away. Y'all want a T-shirt? Jump your butt in here with some money. It is in the building. We're going to put everybody that donates any amount of money today in a hopper, and then on Monday we'll have a horse race because we're due for a horse race.
It's been a minute.
We want to, we don't want to do them all the time.
You don't want to water it down.
Yeah, so we're going to do a cool horse race. We're going to give away 3 of these cool T-shirts here, these Spurs T-shirts on Monday for a horse race. So Bookie, put that on the run sheet for Monday. We're giving T-shirts away. Thank you very much. And you can donate money. Well, boom, there it is. Ask and ye shall receive. Donate money today via the Super Chat. You can also buy us coffees on the coffee link that no doubt Bookie will launch. It is in the building, show number 341. From the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas, the audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet.
What up, Paletta, man? Appreciate you.
Thank you, Paletta, man. I don't know how I don't know how the public address announcer says Tyrese Halliburton.
He says, "What the hell?
What the hell?
What the helly?
What the helly?
What the hally?"
Or is it Tyrese?
It should be what the hally.
What the hally? Remember the old Pistons PA guy? He was the man.
He was the best.
I love that guy.
It got old, but it was great.
It was great, though. If you only watch a couple of Pistons games a year, though, it's not old. Like the finals and the playoffs.
But when they're kicking your ass by 20.
Right, yeah.
It's like, yo,
Wallace. That was great. I loved that shit.
I had a good run.
Yeah, it was a
great run.
Good morning, everybody. Tyrese Halliburton. I've said this a lot this season. It's been a weird NBA season. I've not enjoyed it. A lot of bad negativity. Ready to get to the summer. Ready to see what the Spurs are going to do. It does not help my NBA fandom that San Antonio stinks. I admit that. It's a personal issue I have. However, one of the things I have said, though, is that the NBA has a lack of big household names. He may play for the Pacers. You can say what you want about Tyrese Halliburton. Nina this morning was like, how many syllables are in that dude's name? Oh, Tyrese Halliburton. 6. That's a long name. He's not one of those names that, like, rolls off the tongue. No. He sounds like a nerd. He sounds like a lawyer. The law office of Tyrese Halliburton, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a basketball. It's not a basketball name, but
he's a household name.
Right.
He's becoming one.
I know how.
And the league needs it.
The only Halliburtons I know got a bunch of oil.
Very dubious record during the early 2000s, if I might recall. It is.
Hey man, what the hally, dude?
Are you going? What the hally?
40.
Halliburton.
They said it last night like 5 times.
Yeah,
that's a 48-minute team. Like you could play 46 great minutes, but the Pacers are gonna play 48.
You don't win a championship not playing 48 minutes though, and then OKC's better get their shit together, and I think they will.
They turned the ball over 19 times in the first half and still won.
That was awesome. You know,
I think it's like 4 Canadians in this here finals.
Is that what it is? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the NHL finals.
I think it's 4.
We got more Canadians on the finals than on the Stanley Cup finals.
Yeah.
Not quite, but you know. No, I love, man, Halliburton, he's a stud, dude. He's out there that man makes clutch shots. That man makes more shots than Elon Musk pops ketamine pills every day. That means that man's good.
Speaking of Elon,
I like them Pacers. That is wild.
But we both. I think all 3 of us took OKC, right?
Of course, and I still do.
Me too.
I still do. But for my own personal interest, Indy winning last night guaranteed that I keep watching the finals. You know,
great game 1, man. That's all you can ask.
Great game, great fourth quarter. You know, early in the fourth, it's like okay, well, you know, it's like OKC's up 12, then they're up at the half, then they're up 15 in the fourth, and it's like. But Indiana coming back and shocking them last night the way they did, it keeps my interest in this series, which means, okay, cool. Now I want to see game 2. Although I would say, what is it, 80% chance OKC wins game 2 after last night?
Sure.
The Thunder were going to win game 2.
Yeah, we hope.
80%, right?
That's what I said.
80-20.
That's what I said after they beat the Knicks in game 1.
Although you took the Pacers to cover the 9.5, and they certainly did.
I sure did.
Yeah, did.
I held up my end.
I held up my end.
Mike Taylor held up his end.
I picked Texas Tech to win. How did the Bookie bet go last night?
How did Bookie go with the parlay?
We lost.
You're suspended. No bet today. You're on probation, Mijo. We'll do it again Monday. I guess that betting on baseball though, man. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man.
Betting on
You bet on
baseball.
softball.
But it's way more predictable.
Hey.
You cannot predict Major
And
League
you know what?
Baseball.
He knew the best player in the world was going to be on the mound.
Right. And I thought she was going to throw a no-hitter. She gave up runs. Now that she won, she was good enough, but still. Predicting Tech last night was a lot easier than predicting the Giants to beat whoever you had, the Padres to beat the Giants in a random-ass game.
Right. I wish I was a gambling man. Because, again, if you really thought the Pacers, by the way they play, if you go by how the gambling gods go by, if you just look at their records in game 1, 9.5 was a gift. 9.5 was a gift from the gods that they were going to cover that. They've been lights out in game 1s in these playoffs. They weren't getting beat by 10 points. You crazy? No, but I'm not a betting man, so I would have been an easy $1,500, $2,000 if I was. That was a gift. That's what they call it. I think that's what the gambling guys call it.
It won't be 9.5 next week. Next game.
Saturday? Or are they going? Or are they doing that stupid Sunday shit? I have to look.
I haven't even looked. All I've been thinking about is the game last night. When is game 2? It's probably tomorrow.
Well, this is the NBA.
Is it Sunday?
This is the NBA.
It's on the 8th. So Saturday.
Sunday.
Okay.
No,
Sunday.
the 8th is Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday.
Oh
I know my
NBA.
NBA. They're like, hey, we got to let's leave it till Sunday. I already knew
2
that.
full days to overanalyze every effing shot.
But this is a great thing for the young Pacers. You're in OKC. You're not in you're not in LA.
That's a good point.
You just sit your ass in the hotel.
There's nothing to do.
We go to the museum.
You want to guess what the line is?
What?
Don't tell me. I want to guess.
Yeah,
Yes.
guess what the line is for game 2.
OKC 5.
No,
I'm gonna say OKC 12 because they like to F with us.
10.5.
Damn.
I think.
Well, and I just said there's an 80% chance Oklahoma
And they
City
might
comes
blow.
out
And they
plays
might
great.
now. They might cover that one.
Yeah.
Because the Pacers did their job. They're like, okay, we got our game. We can just go back home.
But they've been greedy, Jose.
No, they have been.
Yeah,
They've been
Indiana don't
greedy.
think that way.
They've been greedy, man.
Mm-mm. They don't think that way. All right, you go. You break it down. Tell us about game 1, and I'll give you my takes too. Because what you just said is going to lead me into my take.
Game 1 is most of the time when OKC has put this type of pressure on teams, they fold. They haven't seen anybody like the Pacers. That's why I felt like this was going 7 because both teams are seeing something that they haven't had. Indiana was down 20 in game 1 to the Knicks. So when you get them down, if you don't stomp them out, they will make it interesting. And so, and OKC, when you're playing Minnesota or whoever, spare team in the West and you get up 15-20, those teams have folded thus far in this playoff run for them. Pacers, they haven't seen anything like it. They play a lot of small ball. Their bigs stay out on the outside. And Rick Carlisle, again, his style has overwhelmed and taken over. It took over the Knicks where we were questioning Tibbs. Why aren't you playing Karl Anthony Towns? I walked in here, owner of Pub Sports Radio, Jeff Sauter, like, why aren't they playing Harkenstein? Because Rick Carlisle keeps his bigs out on the perimeter, puts the opponent's bigs in the pick and roll, and the coach just says, I can't have this guy out here. And Harkenstein's been, to me, along with Caruso, their X factor all year long. But Carlisle, being the coach and son of a bitch that he is, he's taken the bigs out of every series thus far. And he did it again last night. So now OKC has to decide, okay, are we going to just, conform and play the way they want us to play? Or are we just going to keep our team out here that got us to this point? Dance with the girl that you brought. You brought Harkenstein. Dance with him. And live with whatever happens. Mm-hmm. So right now, Carlisle and their style of play is overwhelming everybody.
All right, that's the chess match aspect with the
chess
coaching.
match, yeah.
from the analytical department.
What you think?
I'm going to report from the analytical
Okay,
department.
what you got?
This is the reason why everybody shoots threes now. And we bitch about it.
We do.
This is the reason why you shoot threes. Because last night, and I'm not trying to simplify everything and take away the coaching aspects.
No. Go ahead.
Indiana made 18 threes. Oklahoma City made 11. What's the difference in points? There you go. Bingo.
Great point.
Indiana got their ass kicked in every single category but one. Made threes. They had 24 turnovers, 19 turnovers in the first half, broke an all-time NBA Finals record for a half. 24 turnovers for the game. I think Oklahoma City shot. Like OKC had 15 or 16 more shots in the game than Indiana. You dominate these people in every imaginable way.
But you put on your MIT hat and went analytical,
But
which makes sense in this game.
But in winning time, you don't make shots. They do. Their coach takes some of your guys out, and your coach can't compensate for them. So if Indiana's going to be outscoring you in 3 points, 18-11,
54-33 when you break it down.
God, your mathematical mind never ceases to amaze me. Yeah. 54-33 last night. OKC gets outscored by Indiana from the 3-point line. Throw in a clutch superstar like Tyrese Halliburton, and you throw in an elite effing coach that Indiana has. The Pacers are still swimming up Rio de Caca without a paddle in this series because they're not the deeper team. They're not the better team. They've got the most clutch player thus far. They got the best coach, and they made the threes. And if they're going to do that, they have a puncher's chance to shock Oklahoma City and win this series. I don't think they're gonna. I still think Thunder in 6. That means I think the Thunder are going to win 4 of the next 5 games. But that's what I think. But last night gave me some hope for Indiana. So you know what? I'll be by the channel in Corpus Christi on Saturday watching Game 2 for sure.
I thought you were just going to tap out from life. I didn't expect you to watch Game 2.
Well,
it's Sunday night.
Well, no, that don't mean I'm not gonna tell Nina, hey baby, leave me alone. I got to get my notebook out.
Yeah, okay.
We might be at the bar on the beach for the game on, but I'm gonna be aware of the game for sure.
Okay.
Had Oklahoma City won last night, I'd have been like, I'll check in Monday when I get home.
You'll check in Tuesday night when they're back in Indiana and see if Indiana bounces back.
I mean, we're leaving today after the show. I'm definitely gonna have the softball game on. There's a way to watch. There's a way to still watch the sports. But still be on vacation.
Make sure your lady got something to do.
Yeah, what I mean by I'm not gonna look at social media. I'm not gonna answer emails. I mean, if any one of my 4 kids call me, great. If you 2 call me, great. Outside of that, if it's not, I'm checking out as much as you can possibly check out. But I'm gonna have the games on for sure.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, all that to say, I'm jazzed. The Pacers have jazzed me. I never thought I would. That's the first time in my entire human life I've said the phrase, the Pacers have jazzed me.
Yeah.
That's never been said by me before.
And let me say this.
Yeah.
The Pacers winning an NBA title in Indiana, obviously. If you win a state title, if the Hoosiers win a natty, if the Pacers win an NBA title, that is equivalent to you winning a state title in football in Texas. A Texas football team winning a Super Bowl, Texas Longhorns winning the 2006 national title. That's the best state to win anything basketball. Anything. Like, it's, again, for us around the world, I was making fun of Indiana yesterday. Like, what the hell are they going to do? Where are they going to go? But it's nothing like
they got beer in Indiana.
Yeah, it's nothing like winning in Indiana.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It'd be like Edmonton winning
basketball.
the NHL finals.
Yes, dude. That state is going to be on, literally the state would be on fire.
I'm staying up past midnight,
yes.
damn it.
Yep.
I'm going to have 2 beers.
I might even skip church Sunday. Okay, let's not get crazy.
Let's not get crazy.
But I will have 2 beers.
If they were able to pull this off, that's the best state in all of the NBA.
Yeah.
In all of the NBA. Keep in mind, I'm talking about New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about LA. That's the best state in all of the NBA to win a final.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Pretty cool.
Would you guys consider Halliburton already as the second best pacer of all time? And if he wins this, then the best pacer of all time?
First of all, he could win 2, and he's still not Reggie Miller in my eyes.
He could win 2 what? Titles?
He's still not Reggie.
I
mean, we got so is that if you're going look, we got to be careful. We're just talking about basketball player.
I'm talking greatest pacer of all time.
for accomplishments and stuff. Reggie never won a title.
That's what I'm saying. I think
No.
he's second right now, but if he won the title, it'd be tough to.
Okay, Stephen A. You're being Molly Kieran right now.
Yeah, he's
But-
not a better player.
He's not a.
Not yet.
Damn,
I mean,
Jose. No, I'm gonna say no.
That one push off of Mike, will live in infamy. But Reggie didn't do shit in the finals. So.
Reggie was in the Michael Jordan era.
Yeah, well.
Michael Jordan, unlike LeBron, he kept people from titles. Everybody got a title on LeBron's watch. So Mike and Barkley should have a ring.
Yes, he should.
Patrick Ewing should have one or two.
Well, he's a choke
Reggie, John Stockton,
Wow.
Gary Payton,
I'm glad you didn't
everybody,
mention those
Reggie
guys.
Miller. I mean, come on. Like, he was in the Jordan era. That's like saying, like, oh, well, Josh Allen sucks. No.
Wow.
He's in the Patrick Mahomes era. Lamar Jackson's terrible. He can't win the big game. He's playing against Patrick Mahomes.
You're hitting on some narratives I like to use. So
Who were the coaches when Reggie went to the finals?
It was
Larry was one of them.
It
I
was Larry
believe.
Brown and it was Larry Bird.
Yeah, that's
Two
pretty good.
Larrys, huh?
That's pretty good.
Larry Bird was the 2001. That's the other one Reggie went to. He was playing Shaq and Kobe in their prime.
Well,
I mean, like,
this is a really good OKC
I mean,
team. This is a really
that
good
is not.
OKC.
First of all, what we're
First of
not
all.
going to do, we are not going to compare OKC
Yeah,
to
to the
Shaq and
Shaq,
Kobe.
the Shaq led
No,
Lakers.
The
Yeah.
2014 Spurs beat the shit out of both of these teams. The Lakers of the early 2000s. Let's not get crazy. Of course, the game has changed so much. I don't want to disrespect what's going on. That was entertaining basketball last night in the fourth quarter, anyway. But this is what the kids do, and I used to do this too.
I did it too.
Every night, let's compare everything to the greatest of all time. Let's compare everything. Reggie Miller played 20 years in the NBA. Let's check back in like 3 or 4 years and see where Halliburton is. He may not even be an Indiana Pacer in 3 or 4 years the way these guys jump teams. Let's see.
Ron, the old Pacers from the ABA were champs. Spurs and Nuggets got their rings. The ABA team stick together.
Thank you, Elron.
Well,
And the Guadalajara Fighting Chiefs won the baseball championship of the Mexican League 10 years ago. What's they got to do in the ABA? Okay, they won the A.
I'm not giving them that.
UTEP won a natty in '66, so let's compare everybody.
I know.
I'm just being an a-hole, Elron.
But damn, I don't know, Jose.
No, he's not better than Reggie. Let's stop overthinking this shit.
I mean, he has a ring. That's just.
He does not have a ring yet.
Well,
he won a
it-
game
By
last
by
night.
that logic, then Robert Ory's the GOAT, one right behind Bill Russell.
Stop it. He stole a
Right?
game last night and won. He hadn't won the title yet, first of all. He stole a game.
Yeah, he had one
on a
title
night
yet.
which his team got run off the floor other than the fourth quarter. He's a stud, don't get me wrong. He's an elite clutch player with an elite coach. And it's one game. And they still needed a miracle 3 at the end to win the game by a point with 0.3 seconds to go because they got their ass kicked in every category but that one.
This would be one of the biggest upsets in NBA history. So you guys,
I don't even know about that
I
either.
don't know about
odds
that.
wise, it would be.
Oh well, I'm not going.
well,
I
maybe,
get
yeah.
the odds, and
Technically
I
speaking.
understand that world,
Yes.
but they're a really good basketball team. So I'm not looking at the line and their home record, and I'm
On
just
paper,
looking,
I
I'm
guess.
just looking at the two teams, and I'm like, yo, they match
Yeah.
up really good. That's why I got to go in 7.
Yeah. All right. So it was a great start to the finals. My interest continues, and I just can't say enough about effing Rick Carlisle, man. All he does is coach his ass off and develop championship teams and winners and develop. Tyrese Halliburton was a pretty good player. Turned him into now he's elite. He's going to be a household
Stud.
name now.
Stud.
And Halliburton has the most credit because he's the one developing himself, but under the tutelage of the watch of Rick, Jeff Slaughter's up in there. Hallie is going to be the end of my betting career. The guy has screwed me so many times this playoff run. Be careful. Jeff, don't be sending him death threats and shit now. Be careful.
They're calling them the Halle Band.
Okay.
Yeah, are you a part of the
Let's
Halliburton?
be no, let's get
No, we're not playing with
okay,
that
we're
word.
not doing that.
I'm a part of the Halliburton.
No, stop it. Carlisle said something cool last night. I don't know if he meant to or not, but it was kind of a shout out to Pop. He's like, what did you tell the guys down 15? Keep chipping on that rock. He used the old Pop bit. Keep chipping the rock. Keep chipping away at that rock. It was
48 minutes.
48 effing minutes, man. You know, this is what the elite teams do. The elite teams, speaking of the great teams of all time, these teams win games in winning time. There's a reason why in football they don't hold up 1 for first quarter. They hold up a 4 for the fourth quarter.
And, you know, depending on how it comes out, those are games that you look back on when you're 50 if OKC loses this series where you say we lost it in game 1. Perfect example. J.R. Smith not knowing the time on the clock. Like, you don't get me wrong, they ended up getting gentlemen swept, right? Mm-hmm. They ended up losing. But that changes the series. Games like last night can definitely change a series. We saw that happen with the Cavs. Yeah, maybe.
And that's the other thing. Like, maybe on paper it's one of the biggest upsets if Indiana wins. Well, if you didn't know shit about basketball and you flew in from Moscow last night and you watched that, you would think, wow, Oklahoma City shit the bed.
Yes.
Great teams that are heavily favored as they are don't shit the bed in winning time. You got a bunch of kids on that floor that ain't ever been in this scenario before. You cannot, and this is where Vegas doesn't always get it. You cannot account for the human element, experience.
That's where kinds of taking off the MIT hat.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because the MIT hat played a role last night.
Sure.
Analytics play a role, but when you take that off and you write, and like, you know, guys like Chuck and Kenny, they're like, yo, I respect analytics, but
there's always that but. Yeah.
There's still the human element.
Absolutely.
Analytics can't, you know, account for a guy's heart rate being 173 a minute because he's worried about this next shot missing because they're now only up 3 when they were up 15.
Right.
Analytics can't take that into account.
Right. Analytics don't know that SGA didn't take a shit all day and he feels bloated because he's been nervous.
Rudy, what would Charles Barkley say about this series?
Why is it every time we talk about basketball, we got to talk about the Lakers? That's what he would say. Every day you tune in and they just want to talk about the Lakers.
No, I like your Charles Barkley.
Oh, he just wants you to do the Chuck. No. We don't. No, don't. Rudy's a professional. He does not dance for you.
Yeah.
If he talks Lakers, he talks Lakers. You cannot cue him up.
Well, he said Charles.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. We're molding a young man. We're teaching him how to do an elite show.
I'm trying to be nice to him.
We don't ever cue up the funny.
Yeah, it's got to be natural.
Funny just happens. Right. We don't cue shit up. And if we do, we plan it in advance, and we don't let the people know we're doing it. If we do plan something, you don't announce it to the people watching that we're doing it. Yeah. All right, so it's 1-0 Indy on top in the NBA
Toro Loco?
final. What's up, Toro? Did he give me a bunch of money?
No.
Dang it, we picked Vassell over Halliburton. I mean,
so did a lot of
okay,
people.
and where did he go? 12 overall to the Kings, and they traded his ass.
They traded him.
Yeah. Halliburton wasn't this guy then. And there was no way to know that.
We didn't
Another
know,
thing
right.
the analytics cannot account for.
We didn't know.
Projecting who turns into a big star in 5 or 6 years.
I'm trying to look.
Analytics isn't always able to do that.
They had 6 guys in double figures.
Who did? Indiana?
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, last night only, we'll see. Indy's got the better coach. They got a clutch superstar who, even though he's never been in the finals, clearly is fine with it in winning time. And they made 18 threes, and OKC only made 11. There it is. All right, game 2, mañana. We'll overreact to it when we get in here on Monday morning. It is in the building. Where's my money? Only 2 of y'all giving money. We got a horse race. Get your name in the horse race for Monday. Kong's Clips, Lego, $2. Thank you hard. He's in the money.
What up,
and he's
Kong?
in the horse race.
You would have to mail that. I don't think Kong lives in San Antonio.
Well, that's fine. I don't. I can't mail coasters because they weigh too much.
Yeah, you like hell no.
Yeah, $18. I ain't gonna spend $30 to mail a $5 coaster. But I will mail a T-shirt. All right, if KC wins on Monday. So put Kong's name in the horse race he's in. Put Jay Ribaldo at the top of the list today.
What up, Jay?
He is the official real estate man. So, man, I don't even need to go to his Instagram page anymore. Every time I go to his Instagram page, you know what the first thing I see? Sold. Jay Ribaldo, sold. Ribaldo Realty Group on Instagram, just sold. Ribaldo on Facebook, sold. Oh, what's TikTok doing? Sold.
Need a raise.
There's a reason why Jay Ribaldo's selling houses, because he's the elite. Dare I say he's the Tyrese Halliburton when it comes to closing.
What the hell?
Is he part of the Halliban?
Come on.
He's the Filipino man from the Halaban who closes houses.
I wonder if he's going to the Pacquiao fight.
Jesus.
Is that racist?
Oh my God.
He just doubled down on stereotyping.
I mean,
folks.
he lives in San Antonio where he's
Yeah.
fighting Barrios, right?
Yeah, fighting our
Okay,
guy.
so
the
he's
official
got-
boxer of our show.
He's got San Antonio ties.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's got Filipino ties.
obviously.
Maybe Jay goes and checks out.
That would be great. He's
Because
probably-
I told you,
mean,
that
God knows
the
he's made enough-
hierarchy of Filipinos
Yeah.
is Manny Pacquiao
Sure.
and Jay Ribaldo.
Lord knows he's sold enough in commissions to be able to afford the trip.
I think that's in Vegas. It is in Vegas. We talked
Yeah,
about that.
it's in
Yes,
Vegas. Yeah. Mario's gonna fight freaking Pacquiao. Crazy. I still can't
Yeah.
even. That even really hit me yet.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. Thank you, man. That's my boy. He's cool with the stereotypes. Just be careful. There's a difference between stereotype and racism. We know we support the Filipino people, and it don't make a damn. Jay is a fine man, and he just wants to help you sell your house or buy one. It's Jay Ribaldo, the official guy. 210-887-1081. You can email him directly. jribaldo@kw.com. There's a reason why every
Thank you,
time you
Jay.
look him up, I sold.
Thank you, Jay.
Sold.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you,
Thank
Jay.
you.
The website,
I-
ribaldo.com. Steeler Rob's in here, $4.99. Let's make it back to back. Yeah, Steeler Rob won the last horse race.
He ain't winning this time. Puff, pass up in there. Even now, Puff, pass got 12th place last race.
Puff, pass. That's
He
all right. He's
smoked
back
too
for
much
more.
weed.
Hey, it can only get better. Guaranteed improvement. You know,
Yeah.
it cannot get worse. That's for sure. Guaranteed it won't get worse. All right, so let's get into this. Our resident communist liberal heathen over there, Jose Bouquet,
That'd be me.
from his socialist country, Venezuela.
Yes, sir.
So Rudy took the Pacers last night.
To cover.
Okay, yeah,
And they
yeah.
did.
I
Who did
picked
you take,
Texas.
Mike?
I
What'd
think
you
I
do?
picked Texas Tech to beat Texas.
You did?
Okay, and then we went to one of these weirdo baseball picks where you decided that, and I support the Padres, that is the big league club of the San Antonio Missions.
Hey, man.
And you had them beating the Giants last night. What was the final score, Jose? I didn't get a chance to look it up last night.
3-2 Giants.
Yeah, 3-2 Giants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Why are you effing up?
2 for 3 is a loss
Yes, it is.
when it comes to a parlay.
Hey, you know what?
Yes, it is.
Whoever fucks up the parlay, you owe 10 push-ups.
Yeah, do it now. Go. Let's
You
go.
owe us 10.
10 push-up.
God.
Can
Yo,
you even do
for fu-
10?
And make
I'm
give us
50
10.
years old. I can do 50 without
Yeah,
stopping.
give us
See if
10.
you can at least do 10.
you owe 10 for effing up.
All right, make sure you're in camera.
Yo, come
No,
on
no,
the
get in.
camera.
No,
Get
get
over
in,
here.
dude,
Get
over
over
here. Here, come right here. Right? No, you got to come over here right by us.
Yeah, so they can
Here,
see
make
your hat
make
going
sure
on.
they see your
I like
hat
that
going on here.
hat.
Make
That
your
hat
Here
is
you go.
fire.
There's Bouquet with his weird ass green
Let's
shirt.
go.
All right,
1,
let's see the back.
2.
All right, come on.
Let's go. 3.
All right, there it is.
4. Y'all can see his back.
Yeah.
5.
Oh my God,
6,
those are weak
7.
sauce.
8.
Look
2
how
more.
weak that
Nah,
is.
they're solid.
Knees all
He ain't
bent.
did one in 2 years.
Knees all bent.
Give me
love
some. Hey,
love
give me some.
handles
Give me
on
some. Give me some.
fire. Come on, man.
Yo,
All right,
I
that's
need
my
that
workout
guy.
for the week.
That hat is
For the
fire.
month.
Yeah, I have a big sporting event today. It's
Is
the-
it WBC time?
No, it is I would say the biggest soccer game in Venezuelan soccer history tonight against Bolivia, which will be my punch later on in the show.
Why
package.
is this the biggest game in soccer? Do y'all hate each other?
It'll be a punch later on in the show. You gotta
That's a
tease
package.
this out.
Oh wow, he's serious.
teasing.
Yeah, he's serious. Package for punch. All right, fine. Let's cruise into my. So somebody on this show picked them Red Raiders, the Lady Red Raiders of Tech Tech. It didn't throw a no hitter, but Nigel Kennedy and the Lady Red Raiders survived last night with Patrick Mahomes in the house. 4-3.
Patrick was hype.
Yeah, he was hype. He was
was hype.
legit hype. I mean, he's a sports fan.
Yeah,
he
he's
is
just
a
he's a
sports fan.
And didn't he play baseball?
Oh
He
yeah,
was really good.
He
Okay.
was a first round pick. Had he decided
And
to
his
stay
daddy
with
was
baseball,
a stud. Daddy was MLB.
15 years.
Yeah.
Yep. For I think only player to hit 2 grand slams in one inning.
No, his daddy was a pitcher. You're thinking about somebody else.
Oh, that probably
You
is.
might be thinking about Ken Griffey Sr.
Oh, maybe.
That's a different dad. Anyway, Mahomes was there. Tech wins in Oklahoma last night. So tonight is Game 3. Game 3 in girls softball is a Game 7. This is it for the national championship tonight. Texas and
No
Texas
nights
Tech.
off.
Another wild ass game. No, hell no. They don't take no nights.
They don't need
no
it.
damn night off. Shit.
That girl's gonna go back on the mound today and throw another 2.
Hey,
We don't need no night off, Rudy.
So
Give me the rock.
Yeah. Keep it real.
Yeah.
We are here, Austin 13%, hopefully 14 by the end of this week. All
Yeah.
the UT we've talked.
Mhm.
You're scared.
Who, if you're Texas?
You. We're both rooting for the Horn.
I think
You're
the Horns are going to
You're
win
a little
tonight.
nervous.
Nah.
You're a little nervous.
Well, here's the thing, man. And by the way, can I get a little bit of latitude here on this? Because
Yeah, go ahead.
It ain't like I'm going to be butthurt because Texas Tech might win.
No, I'm not going to lose lose any sleep. Excuse me, Mom.
Does it say Texas on the shirt? Well, okay.
So
I ain't gonna be upset.
Is this a win-win for you, Mike?
It is a win-win,
Okay.
And first of all, I do think the Horns are going to win. I think that they're so good. Their offense is so good. They've now seen Nyjah 2 times in a row.
Great
See,
point.
here's
Great point.
the pro and the con of having the one pitcher. Because see, Texas, they didn't pitch Tegan last night. They're going to bring her back tonight. Because Tech is so reliant on Nyjah, and she's so fucking
She can't
great.
have a night off.
Right, and they don't score enough runs for her. But when you're as good 1 through 9 as Texas is,
I'm listening.
even though Nyjah's the best pitcher I've seen in 25 years, it's a third time to see her now. So you start to adjust. I'm not saying
I like that
Texas is going to
breakdown.
score
I like
10
that
runs,
breakdown.
but I think the Longhorns, pound for pound, have the better team. But here's why it's a no-lose situation, because I've fallen in love with both of these coaches. Both coaches, the storyline. You know me, I'm about the storylines more than the wins and the losses all the time.
That's why this show's great.
This thing here is so cool. Mike White is the coach at Texas. It's total unlikely story, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, this guy shows up for Texas Tech, Jerry Glasgow. Way more of an unlikely story. You know where Mike White is from? You heard Mike White speak yet?
Yeah.
He's from New Zealand. How the hell does a guy from New Zealand
Great question.
wind up one of the premier Division I women's softball coaches in the U.S.? It's a crazy story. I like softball. I think I'll give it a try.
How come he hasn't done the, what's it called? Hakuna Matata.
Oh, the haka, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. I wouldn't shock me if I'm
Is he
surprised.
Samoan?
No, he's not Samoan. He is a
Because
Kiwi.
I think I've seen the New Zealand
He's not
basketball
Pacific
team.
Islander. He's white guy.
Yeah, I think it's only like a Samoan Kiwi
cool.
thing.
No. Now the All Blacks, they do
I've
the
seen 'em
haka.
too,
The
yeah.
white boys do it too. With
Yeah,
them
I've
on the
seen
Well,
same-
but I
yeah.
think that's led by the Samoans.
It's red. No, it's red. It's led.
Samoans? A
Yes,
Kiwi? I don't
They're
know.
Not
They're
Samoan.
not Samoans, bro.
I'm sorry.
They're Pacific Islanders.
See, if you black, white, Filipinos, whoever, everybody gets it on this
First
show.
of all-
we don't discriminate on our racism
Oh,
on this show.
I know, right? Yeah. Hey, what the fucking hell are you talking about? The fucking Samoans do. That's the Tongans. Yeah, the Tongans do that. Don't fuck with the Samoans. No, it's a Pacific Islander thing.
Thank you, Mike, for the I'm glad we have somebody educated in here.
Thank
because,
you.
Because you know what, Jose?
Them fucking
You-
Filipinos do that Tongan dance all the time.
Jose, I'm glad you ran out in front of the bus for me because I was going to call him Samoan too. So
No,
thank God we got
Samoans do
somebody educated
But
in
they're
here.
not. It originated on the islands, way out in the middle of nowhere. The Tongans, the Fijians, you know,
the Pacific Islands.
the Pacific. Let's just keep it Pacific Islanders. All right. It's called the haka.
Back to your coaching
It's a
point.
war
I'm
dance.
sorry.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Mike White, who's very white, whose ancestry traces to England, is born and raised in New Zealand. He's a
Sure.
New Zealander. He's a Kiwi. Fuck you doing coaching Division I softball?
I have
It's
no
crazy.
idea.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
But Jerry Glasgow, the Tech coach, so here's this one. This is way more mind blowing, actually. Jerry Glasgow, is a expert hunter and trapper.
Mhm.
He's a dog handler. So he spent all of his adult life training hunting dogs. And he got so good at it that he wound up starting a company that would spend 4 months at a time in Mexico hunting quail and ducks. He would take these rich people from the United States. They'd go on these expeditions down in the Mexican forests, and he would literally he only worked 4 months a year. It was so prominent.
He
His
was
company.
making so much money, right?
Yeah, for October to February, he's in Mexico, leading these expeditions on these real high dollar hunting trips, and he'd
Helping
make
the
enough money.
cartel
Yeah,
with
then
their
he'd
hunting
go back.
dogs.
He'd come back home, and spend 8. He wasn't helping the cartel. The cartel's involved in this story, though.
See?
Hang on. Well, it's Mexico. The cartel's involved in everything. But so he's doing these hunting trips.
Yeah.
And he's making all this money, and then he's spending 8 months chilling. Back home, he had 3 daughters, and they all liked softball. So he's like, all right, I guess I'm a softball dad. He didn't, whatever. But in order to bond with his girls, he decided to start coaching softball when they were little girls. And it turns out he had a knack for it. He wasn't bad at it. All right. But whatever. He did it, coached Little League, and that's it. He coached travel ball when the kids were in elementary school and junior high, but he still did. He was a hunter and trapper. So here's one night, he's down in Mexico, and his guests that were coming down were running late, and they called him. It was like 1:00 in the morning. He was like, "Are they going to show up?" They call him, "Hey man, we need you to come pick us up. We just got here. Sorry, we just got to the airport." So Jerry has to drive at 1:00 in the morning now.
Damn.
To go pick these people up at the airport and then drive them back to the Mexican hinterlands. Well, on the way, a truck stops their car. These dudes get out in army fatigues with these fucking automatic assault rifles, get out of the car, make Jerry and his guests lay on the street, put it in like, Jerry's like, whoa, we're Americans, and one of the guys whacks him in the head with the butt of the gun, lays Jerry out. And it turns out, and they're like, you guys need to get the fuck out of here. They're like, we're Americans. We're just hunting. We're hunting. And those guys are like, get the fuck out of here. No problem. So they get up. Once the guys that stopped them, what it was cartel wondering, what the fuck's car doing on our highway at 1:00 in the morning? Hey, we're Americans. And when they realized, okay, they're Americans, okay, get the fuck out. Get on down.
Right.
So the next day, the authorities, the Mexican police, called Jerry and said, you cannot be out. We know what happened.
In that area.
We know what happened. You can't be doing this shit no more. So Jerry got creeped out and decided, I can't be doing this shit.
No, I'll put my family in jeopardy.
Yeah. So he's like, I can't be doing this shit. So whatever. So the cartel, like, he had to suspend his ops for a while because once it got out that, like, some guests got, like, messed with, that was it. The hunting and quail season was over. And so Jerry's like, what do I do now? So he goes back and winds up coaching his girls and pours his heart into that. And it turns out he's pretty good at it.
Turns out he's great.
Then all of a sudden, so he's got this traveling, 8th grade softball team, and he's like winning natties and shit on the youth level. The head coach of the University of Georgia reaches out and goes, dude, how are you doing this? He's like, I don't know. I just do it as a hobby. He's like in his late 40s. He never coached anything beyond junior high. And the University of Georgia coach is like, I have an opening for a pitching coach. I don't know what you're doing, but in this next summer, in the offseason, I'm going to need a new pitching coach. Call me. He's like, okay. So a year goes by. He calls the Georgia coach. Hey, that pitching job still open? She's like, yeah. He becomes the pitching coach at Georgia. Turns Georgia into a power. He's like, damn, I guess I can coach. And then he winds up at A&M coaching like pitchers in A&M. And then turns that into he becomes the head coach of the University of Louisiana in his 50s. He never coached on an elite level in his life.
Not at that level.
It's a crazy story. And then so it winds up at Texas Tech. And the word gets out on how just gifted he is as a coach. He said he grew up with pig farmers. He was a pig farmer and a hunter. The word gets out on how great he is. And he goes to Texas Tech, and Cody, what's his face, the big booster's like, if you'll come to Tech, I promise you I'll stack the roster. Okay. And what does he do? Brings in Nyjah Kennedy. It's a crazy story. And one more, and this is where
sounds like a movie,
dude. One more point. We'll move on. I didn't mean to make this such a long story. It's such a good story. So it turns out his 3 girls wind up being really good softball players. One of his daughters winds up playing at the University of Oregon. You know who the coach was then? Mike White, who's now coaching at UT. That daughter's name was Jerry, after her daddy, Jerry Ann. They spelled it differently. Jerry Ann Glasgow.
Probably with an I.
It was Geri. Jerry Ann got killed in a car wreck 6 years ago. Right?
Jesus.
So fast forward to now. Here's Jerry Glasgow, who's got, in his own words, no business being the head coach at Texas Tech in the Natty. And I'm facing my dead baby girl's old coach in the Natty. What a fucking story.
If I watched it on
Dude.
a movie, I wouldn't believe it.
It's a total cheeseball Disney movie.
Right.
If you just wrote that. So, and both teams all week have been putting 12 on their gloves because
right.
Jerry Ann's number was 12. Dude, there are no losers tonight.
I'm going for the Red.
This is a celebration
You
of
should've
girls.
told me
This
that.
is a celebration of
You
girls
should have
softball.
told me that story. I got it now. UT.
What a great story.
I'm going for Tech.
What a great story. What's up, Menudo Culo Biters in here? Thank you. Morning Doc Heads. Okay, thank you for calling us
I don't know
a
what a
doc.
Menudo Culo biter is.
You don't want, yeah, you don't want.
Anyway,
Canoper's in here too. He's
sorry,
in the, he's in the
I
race.
took too long to tell that story. So Mike White coached Jerry Glasgow's daughter who got killed in a car wreck years ago, and now they're facing each other in the national championship game tonight.
Can't make it up.
They're best friends. Be like you and me, in a talk off
Right.
for the national title. It's
Yeah. Fireworks.
fireworks. So I'm excited for the game.
Me too.
I'm going to enjoy it just as a sports fan. It's going to be great. Both of them have the word Texas on their shirt. Ain't no losers to me. All right, that's it. All right, it's in the building, presented in part by Slackers Bar and Grill, the official sports bar up in the building. 5 locations. You got Nacogdoches, 281 and Thousand Oaks, right there on Rector behind the mall. Med Center.
That's done. That was last night.
Med Center on Medical. You got the Medical Center location, and then the one inner city down here, St. Mary's. I'm sure they got a damn good time last night. They always have those big beer pong tournaments at the
and it was
Nacogdoches.
bring your own pool.
Yeah. Everybody was dressed up. Oh, you see these pants? They're flying off here in about 1 hour when we leave. I won't wear pants again until next week.
Or shirt. Mike,
Well,
come back with
no,
the tan.
not a lot of shirt. No,
Yeah,
the
come
beach
back
will
with
be.
the tan, baby.
I am 50 now. Okay, that's a great question. At what point should a man just stop going shirtless all over the place? Because I am 50 years old.
No, but if
I'm
you're-
not embarrassed of my
But
body.
the thing is, I think the older you get, the less you should wear your shirt when you're in Corpus. Like when you're in your 20s, you're kind of conscious, like, oh man, I look terrible. You know what I mean? But when the older you get, you're like, I don't give a. I'm here with my kid
Right.
having a good time.
Yeah.
Shirt off. No, so
Yeah. Tan fat's still prettier than white fat.
dude, we're at that age where we got women that love us. They know what we look like. Who gives a shit what people think at the beach?
Canoopers in here, $4.99. Whether it's Horns or Red Raider girls, Texas wins. Go Roadrunners and the Fighting Hallmarks. Birds up,
You see,
indeed.
I'm repping today.
UTSA,
I'm repping Canooper.
Game one
God bless.
in Beverly Hills tomorrow.
Damn, in Beverly Hills.
Westwood. It's where OJ lived. Right there in Brentwood, Westwood neighborhood where
That's
UCLA is. Yeah, right. Hey, maybe they went on a sightseeing tour. Go by the house.
This is where he did it. Fun fact: I was watching OJ Made in America with Helga once, and right at the end, like right before the last episode, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he gets off!" And then Helga was like, "What? This is like he gets off?" And I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
Couldn't believe
only talk show in America starts talking about college baseball and turns into that time OJ chopped them people's heads off.
Like, what?
That's how we roll.
God bless Birds Up.
I'm apologize. It's one of the most famous neighborhoods in America, and the only thing I want to talk about is OJ murdering folks. I'm sorry. Go Runners. Birds up. Good luck.
They got a chance?
Beat them UCLA's. Yeah, they do have a chance.
They have a chance
Outside,
to get there or to beat them. Yeah.
they have a chance to beat UCLA. They do. Problem is, it's all these games are at UCLA. You got to beat them 2 times there. It's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, I agree. It's good. They're definitely the underdogs. I'll be
Schlossnagel
betting.
said our Birds are an Omaha team.
They're Omaha worthy for sure.
Now, I know he was kind of covering his ass for
so's
losing to
UCLA.
He's like,
A little bit, yeah, but so's UCLA. So
Right.
it's 2 elite programs. Even though the Roadrunners are the underdogs, this ain't no, oh my God, how did we get here? This is
Right.
They have earned their way. They slapped Texas ass around. So go Birds up, go Runners. Good luck to them. Excited.
you wanna
Runners will be funny bit if the Runners show up all in white Broncos to the game. That'd be funny.
That would be epic.
There would go the whole athletic
Can we
budget.
get
Oh,
would be
violent
worth
while
it.
this is at the top of my mind?
What's that?
Can we get violent while something's at the top of my
Sure.
mind?
Hey,
That I
Jose.
forgot about.
It's time to get violent up in here on In the Building. I love you, RTD.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch on In the Building.
Presented in part by the official lawman, family lawman up in the building. It is Orlando Kell. For more, here's Rudy Johnson.
Raul reminded me of this.
Uh-oh.
I want to punch Hollywood.
Oh boy.
The whole city? Everybody who lives in
Hollywood, the movie industry. The movie industry.
Oh, okay.
No new ideas. Y'all are so damn
Punch
lazy.
Warner Brothers. And
yeah, they're
all
so
that.
damn lazy. I saw that commercial last night, bro. New Naked Gun. Can you just leave our classics alone?
Man.
Exactly. I am not trying, and I wasn't trying to trigger you, Mike. This is legit punch for me. Like, y'all have, there's nobody, there's no hot shot writer, there's no Jose Bouquet out there with a new idea about Martians or something. Like, you're just gonna redo the Naked Gun. So lazy.
So lazy.
And that you know why they do this shit? Because they're like, okay, well, these kids don't give a shit about movies, so maybe we can get their mamas and daddies to feel a little nostalgia, and we'll redo Beetlejuice, and we'll redo the Naked Gun. Like, it's just lazy, man.
Beetlejuice 2 sucked.
It did. It wasn't as good.
Sucked.
It wasn't as good. And the Naked Gun, like, some stuff just needs to be left alone. And that definitely, yes, Sinners. Shout out to Coogler. He has fresh ideas. This shit, the Naked Gun, come on, man.
I think that is for kids because
You
and
do?
I,
Okay, tell me
Because
why.
if you and I go see this new Naked
we're
Gun,
we're gonna do is
hate
rip it. We're gonna rip it.
Because
right.
when we saw Naked Gun, we were kids.
And it probably wasn't that good.
No, if 50-year-old me watches Naked Gun,
It's not funny anymore.
I'm asking for my money back. But I'm 12, and I love the slapstick, the humor, and Nielsen was hilarious
awesome.
in those days. I'm not saying it wouldn't be funny.
Was OJ in that?
Oh yeah,
OJ
he
damn,
got
so
killed.
you see how we just
OJ got
you see how we
killed.
just ran all that together?
Yeah, he went down the stairs.
Oh, that's right.
Flipped his ass up. He fell down the stairs.
I just feel like Hollywood's gotten lazy, man.
Oh, big time.
Sequels. We're
Big
on
time.
Mission Impossible 12, aren't we?
That's because the typical companies like Warner Brothers and Orion and these people, DreamWorks, they've been surpassed by these fuckers that Netflix hire and Hulu and Paramount. These people.
Now, the great Ludacris, who my daughter doesn't know as a rapper, she knows him as the Fast and the Furious guy.
Wow.
He said, like, people always come up to me and say, well, why do y'all keep doing Fast and Furious? He goes, because we spend $200 million to make it and they make $1 billion.
Right.
So I'm talking shit about Hollywood, but obviously they know what they're doing.
Well, they've had to change, though. They've had to pivot because people don't go to the movies anymore either. I'm excited for the Brad Pitt movie, Formula One, F1.
But that feels a little bit original.
Thank you. It's imagine that, a whole new script about whole new people with a whole new set of
Good
ideas.
Lord.
Imagine that. I'm right there with you. And like, I even worried about seeing Top Gun Maverick because, man,
And it was good.
Still-
I was worried, and it was great.
and it was phenomenal.
It was
But
great.
you know why? Because the company got the fuck out of the way and let Tom make the movie with his people.
Right.
And it was great. It was great. And you know who's the executive producer of F1? Brad is. Brad Pitt.
Him and Louis, right?
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hamilton's
Hamilton's
part
an
of-
executive producer on that. He wanted Lewis in there to make sure
Make
that
it
it stayed
authentic.
realistic.
Right.
Yeah. And Brad went and hired all the different cinematographer people that worked on Maverick Top Gun. It's going to be
I
the
like
shit. Yeah, it's going to be the shit. Yeah, these old school movie guys, just get the fuck out of the way and let these young kids come up with some new ideas.
Agreed.
Naked Gun, dude. Get the fuck
Yeah,
All
punching
right.
the movie industry. Who
All
you
right.
punching?
I'm punching Dallas Stars general manager Jim Neal.
Yeah,
Neal.
you were pretty triggered by this before
Jim
the show
Neal.
started.
Man,
What happened?
Right. Well,
They tipsed him.
the Stars have Tom Thibodeau, Terry DeBoer today. What did we?
You
just,
don't agree with it?
No, just yesterday, and I'm not even sure if I agree with the decision to fire Thibodeau. I'm not sure on that, but I am certain this was a wrong decision by the Stars. That don't mean you can't go find a coach who's still good. We just said this yesterday. So often, coaches lose their jobs because the general managers
Panic.
don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
So people are mad at Terry DeBoer because he
Okay,
pulled Ottinger as goaltender early in Game 5 the other night.
When the series was over anyway, he was just
they were
pulling
getting
for
their
straws.
ass thumped.
Right.
They were desperate. and Ottinger didn't come ready to play. Fucker gives up, and neither did the defense. Defense gives up 2 shitty turnovers, leaves Ottinger hanging out to dry, and he gives up 2 cheapies. And just like that, it's 2-0, and DeBoer benches Ottinger. Dallas still came back and wound up losing. But my point is this. You are making a decision to fire one of the elite coaches over one night of desperate hockey when you're playing a team that you can't beat anyway. That's some knee-jerk bullshit. Ottinger probably got butthurt, bitched about it.
I like this take.
This is a case of a player getting a coach fired and the general manager gets to skate. Maybe if the GM would put a better fucking goaltender that had some balls with a series on the line and didn't give up 2 cheapies, how's that Terry DeBoer's fault, man?
It's not.
Coaches always take the fall for general managers' shoddy work. They do. In the case of Thibodeau, he fucked up rotations. He overplays guys. He let Carlisle completely outdress him. But can you make the case that the Knicks are a more talented team than the Pacers? It's
I don't
close.
think so.
But in the case of the Stars and the Oilers, evidenced by the Oilers currently
Edmonton just outclassed them, right?
Kicking out. They're up 1-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals over Florida. Edmonton has 2 of the top 5 players in the league. They have a lot of more experience. DeBoer is taking you to the conference finals 3 years in a row. And I said this about Thibodeau. Maybe Thibodeau he's a builder but not quite a finisher. Maybe that's Terry DeBoer. I don't know. But the Stars have made a knee-jerk decision based on one night where the coach got desperate, pulled his goalie, and then it didn't help. And then DeBoer did criticize Ottinger in the postgame. He didn't come ready to play. What am I supposed to do? Had to do something.
Depending on who they hire, will you back off a bit? Depending on who they hire.
Well, it's not real. It's not real. I'll back off if they hire a great guy,
things.
but I'm still going to get mad. This
Gotcha.
is an unnecessary decision. It's an emotional decision based on one night. You don't run your company like that. You can have a bad night and
you could just get outclassed by a team that is on a 2014 Spurs-like mission because they came up short last year.
Absolutely correct. You are not better than Edmonton.
Regardless who's the coach.
Yes.
Right.
You're not better than Edmonton. What is a new coach? Is the new coach going to make this same roster better than Edmonton? No. Okay, cool. You fired the coach, Jim. Now it's on your fucking ass to make sure you put a better team on the ice next year that can better match up with Edmonton because they're still going to stay good. Punch Jim Nil. Thank you to Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer in the building. He brings it every day, every single day. He don't have an off day. I've seen this man work. I'm a former client. And I hope I'm not a future client. But if I have a situation where I need a family lawyer again, I will go back to Orlando, and you should too, the official family lawyer in the building, Orlando Kell, 210-775-4995. You can also email the man directly, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. Greg's up in the building with $9.99 in here. Thank you. Happy Friday. Here's to my love-hate relationship with y'all. Was all jokes yesterday. Nobody fires Rudy, mother effing J.
Yeah, that was when he said, Rudy got fired by ESPN San Antonio. And shout out to Greg for being a man of his word. He said, hey, I'm going to donate when I get money since I was talking shit. So appreciate you. You're in the horse race.
Oh, we're going to have fights in here. We're brothers.
Yeah. We're brothers.
Can I give you my
We're
punch?
happy and we're singing and we're colored.
And we're mixed raced.
I don't know what that's from.
Yeah, who you punching, man?
I'd like
it's going to take 20 minutes? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'd like to punch the company Fanatize. And I'd like to punch Comnable as well.
Come up with a name.
I'd like
Fanatize?
Yes, because I know that people don't care if it doesn't affect them, but Venezuela has the biggest soccer game in the country's history. They are a country that have never made the World Cup. Never in their history.
So this is big.
And we play Bolivia, and we are in 7th place right now. Thankfully, they expanded the World Cup. And in 7th place, you get to go to a playoff to determine if you get to go to the World Cup. And we play Bolivia. We are 1 point in front of them. Must win game in Venezuela tonight. A must-win game. There's 3 games left, and we're not going to win any of the games left. So we have to win tonight, or else we are fucked, and we are not going to make the.
But why are you punching Fantasize?
What does this have to do with
Because
Fantasize as a company?
I have to pay $30 American to watch one soccer game. I have to pay money to watch one game, not even a subscription for a whole service. I have to pay to watch one game.
Yeah, that's
90 minutes of soccer for $30?
That's insane.
What are we doing?
You need to go to Slackers or something and ask them if they have it.
Fanatize.
Never heard
What
of
the fuck is Fanatize?
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, where do you find Venezuela versus Bolivia if it's not on a streaming network?
It's not, because we have to fucking go to the scrums because no one cares about South America. We have to fucking dig our own bullshit, make our own streaming services, and pay out the ass for it, apparently.
All right. Gall Miller is the CEO of Fanatize, so you're punching Gall Miller.
Yeah, Gall, that's a horrible name. I hope you have kidney stones, you old fuck.
Well, he's probably foreign. Good Lord, and he's really young. He's 36.
I hope he has kidney stones.
Wow.
Fuck this guy. $30,
Wow.
$30 to watch one game?
That's unfortunate.
I still
Oh my
like your hat.
God.
Fanatize. Okay.
You ever heard of them, Mike?
Well, maybe if Venezuela were worth the shit, they could be on a decent stream.
Well, yeah, maybe if we had infrastructure, that'd be great, but we don't.
Clean water and
No, I expect this stream to be
Electricity.
horrible tonight. It's going to be on like an SD camera. It's going to be terrible.
it's a good punch.
Good
Thank you
punch.
to Orlando. Sorry, I forgot about your punch. My bad.
okay.
I forgot you were upset today. Ruben Bajagas is up in here. $5. F1 movie sounds like the Stallone movie called Driven. I'm sure it'll be better, though. Burt Reynolds did some horrible acting in Driven. Have a good weekend. I promise you the acting will be better than Burt fucking Reynolds. That's another example of
Shout
stuff
out
that
to
was
Smokey and the Bandit.
That's another thing that was great when we were kids, but I guarantee you if we went and watched anything Burt Reynolds ever done, ever right now, we'd be like,
Even Longest Yard.
I thought that was Adam Sandler.
He was fine. Oh, move on. Don't let him do it. Don't let him trigger you.
I haven't
Don't
watched
let
the
him
original
do it.
one.
And you get that crazy ass laugh he's got. Yeah.
You see what y'all did?
I'm working on my bouquet
Yeah.
laugh.
You see what y'all did with this reach around shit?
We still reaching around in the chat? I haven't even barely looked at the chat.
I'm just looking at it because of the horse race. That's the only
Embarrassed.
reason why I'm looking at
I'm
it.
embarrassed. Who else is giving money? Adrian, thank you. $2. Make me holla. I just want horse in Jokic voice. Thank you. I want horse. James Aguirre, $4.99. You think Jokic is keeping up? You think he's excited about the offseason for Denver? You think he watched game 1 last night? He don't even know it played.
Who win? Who win?
Ooh.
Who win?
Jimmy Aguirre, $4.99. Here's some more of Rudy's verbal reach-arounds, Mike's punches, and Rudy's reach-arounds. The new cornerstones have been in the building. Keep them coming. It's a new segment, the Rudy reach-around. Rudy reach-around. This is when you want to get off and talk about what a badass somebody is and give them a lot of love.
Okay.
We'll call it a Rudy reach-around.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not mad at this.
Herb Phillips, $9.99. What's good, peeps? Rudy, I got a cigar for you, bro. I'll bring it Saturday if you're going to be at the store.
3 to 9, I'll be there.
3 to 9. Greg's back in the building with his little $1.99. Here's $2 for your fun to watch your sports, Bookie.
Oh,
There you go.
thanks.
Quit bitching. The people took care of you. Matt Bernard, Horse Gabe owners for the win. Thank you, Nye. Thank you. Al Morowski with a $9.99 spot. I hope they never redo Blazing Saddles. Oh, they probably will try
They
to.
will.
They will.
They will.
Probably will try to. Sons of bitches. All right, show also brought to you in part by, that's at GC. GC. Roofing
GC
and
been
construction.
busy this week, huh? Nano too.
They've been very busy. They're going over to somebody's house on Monday. I think they're going, who are they going? Going to see somebody. I forget who.
Finnegan,
They've been so
Ain't it
busy.
Finnegan?
Maybe. They've been
It's
so
Finnegan.
busy, I can't even keep up with it.
Because advertising within the building works if you just
Right.
ask for Nano
Excellent
services
shows,
and GC services.
Excellent companies get together and make people happy.
We make beautiful babies.
GC Lone Star Nano Service. They are in partnership with each other. It's GC Roofing and Construction serving all of South Texas. Lone Star Nano as well. Shout out to everyone who's done business with them, and shout out to the future people who will do business with them. Keep that in your head. Hey, how often do you need to get a roofing guy over? Maybe once or twice over the lifetime of the course of your house.
Maybe.
But when that day comes, that's the name. GC Roofing and Construction. We've had a lot of business lately because, unfortunately, weatherization, this Texas heat does numbers on roofs. We're in the middle of storm season right now, too. Hell, they go to Corpus, too. Hurricane season is just starting up right now. So keep that filed away. It is GC Roofing and Construction / Lone Star Nano Services. Reach out to me or Rudy. We will get you in contact with those boys over there if you are in need of roofing servicio. All right. I love Mike Tomlin.
AKA
You know how I feel
Rick,
about him.
AKA Rick Carlisle. It's time to move on to another situation.
Well, and maybe maybe that'll help me too, because you know what? Maybe we do need to leave. Me and Mike, our fan.
It's
Mike,
time.
me and Mike, we're buddies. Maybe we've outgrown the Steelers, because this is not Steeler behavior. Finally,
This is desperate, Mike. This is
Now
what you
that-
call desperate.
yeah, I know. No, is it June? I guess I'll grace the Steelers with my presence. Let me hover in on my flying.
At least it's before training camp.
desk.
Can we give him that?
Is he going to be at camp?
He better be.
He damn sure ain't been to none of the OTAs, skipped all the off-season program, didn't even sign with him.
I will not
Bullshit.
be giving Aaron Rodgers a reach around.
No.
What?
I'd like to take it and run with it in my hand and stretch it off and hurt the son of a bitch. Put that pecker in my hand, I'm going to fucking bite it off. Piece of shit. I'm a Steelers fan. Not this season. I am taking a break from the Pittsburgh
Same.
Steelers for 1 year. I'm putting them on 1 year probation. 1 year probation until Aaron Rodgers gets his stank off that organization. How could this organization that does business the way they do business all these years get into the rut that they've been in? 1 year flyer on Russell Wilson, who, by the way, had a fine season.
Fine.
Made zero attempt to bring him back. Don't help that he's a giant douchebag, and everywhere he goes, they don't like him personally, Russell Wilson. But he was competitive on the field. Aaron Rodgers, same thing. He's a massive asshole. No one ever likes him. The difference with him and Russ, though, is Russ is still competitive. When is the last time Aaron Rodgers has been competitive on a football field in the least? 3 years?
Been a while.
2
Because
years?
it's been a while.
And it ain't going to happen at 42 years old.
No.
What are the Steelers doing? It's shocking. This is like Bill Belichick getting a 24-year-old girlfriend and letting her, oh, wait, that's already happened.
No,
too.
I
Golly.
saw the greatest analogy for Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers. This is like banging your high school crush when she's 40 with 4 kids and fat.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, this isn't the chick that I wanted to bang when
Yeah,
I was 18.
it ain't the same old naked gun.
No, it ain't.
Still counts,
so to speak.
Yeah,
Still counts.
Ugh.
it doesn't count.
No.
Damn,
It's
homie.
bullshit.
In high school, you was the man, homie.
Mhm.
The happened to you?
I don't get the reference.
You don't know Get Rich or Die Trying?
Oh, God.
No.
Would you stop admitting that you don't know stuff? It bogs us
You
down
don't
to-
know 50 Cent's album
Just
from
do it once a
2003.
week, man.
You're a freaking liar, bro.
I know many men.
You know that because Trump almost got shot and they played it over and over on Twitter,
No,
probably.
no,
Yes,
disgusting.
that's exactly
no.
why. I
Brian
forgot.
Robinson.
I forgot about that, Mike.
Yeah,
Great point.
No, I don't get it.
Do the lyrics. Go.
Many men.
What?
Uh-huh.
Many men.
You can't do it all? You can't do it at all?
They just keep saying many men. Yeah.
No, they don't.
Many, 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 many men.
True.
Do, 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 do.
What did we just hear? Can't recite one lyric, but at least you've heard of it, though.
Yeah, yeah. It's on my
Yeah.
it's on my phone.
Yeah. Where do you rank Get Rich or Die Trying all time?
It's a top 3 hip hop album of all time.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wow.
Top
50
3.
I
Cent?
wondered where you had it.
That album,
record.
because of the impact, it's not because it's just the music. One is like 7 platinum singles on there. 2, the impact. He took the hip hop world by storm and shut it down for 3-4 years. Like, Get Rich is a top 3 album of all time. I know exactly where I was when Get Rich hit.
I was told that 50 Cent's a better actor than he is rapper.
He might be, but
He's a
I'm just talking about.
talented dude.
I'm just talking about Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
That album,
Mm.
stupid impact, everything. It made us hate Ja Rule, and Ja Rule was on fire. Ja Rule did nothing wrong, and someone's walking on our roof. I'm trying to fight through it.
Well, they're painting and they're redoing it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Anyway,
Ja Rule the guy with the deep, scraggly voice?
Yes.
Ah! That guy?
Yes. How'd it go? How did it go? Can you do a good Ja Rule?
What would I be with Emma?
Can you do it?
baby.
That's not okay. Yeah, see, I can't. I thought mine's
The
decent.
thought
but I can't-
alone might break
I
me.
can't do Rudy's because I don't have that. I don't have that. He's just got
You know,
that
baritone.
now.
Yeah.
I'm a light baritone. Rudy's a baritone.
What would I be without you?
That's pretty good.
It sounds like Cookie
It's
Monster.
got some grimace in it.
Baby,
It's
put
kind
it
of.
on me.
It's like if Patrick Mahomes is singing it.
I sound like
you,
Dak.
Here we go.
I sound like Dak. See, yeah.
I'm more interested in Mike Taylor's Cookie Monster now.
I have a deep voice until I hang out with Rudy, and then I'm not. Then I have like
it's still deep.
slightly deep, only slightly deep, not too deep. Just don't forget to reach around.
50 definitely gets a reach around for Get Rich.
Yeah, Get Rich is the shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking it might be my favorite rap album ever, and I'm certainly not. You're talking to me now. It's different, you know. I think it's number one for me.
That's not. I mean, because we can sit there like if he says like he goes on a Get Rich or Die Trying tour, you can sit there and sing the whole 2 hours.
Right.
The whole 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Even the little interludes and shit.
All of it,
which
yeah.
I normally skip. It's genius.
Can you give me a song on that album? What's another song on that album? Is Many Men
21
on that album?
questions in the club.
Oh, I know that song. Everybody in
It's your
club,
birthday.
PIMP.
I don't know.
I
That
don't
song.
know what you heard about me, but that bitch can't get $1 out of me.
Oh, that's 50
No
Cent. I
can
didn't know
like
that.
No verse you can't see.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
a
honestly
motherfucking
thought that was
PIMP.
ludicrous. I'm not gonna
Exactly.
lie.
Thank you, Mike.
Rudy, you got to quit letting this trigger you.
I ain't.
First of all, he's a young guy.
I'm ignoring
Let's
him.
look at it as we're educating him.
Yeah, I'm educating
He
him.
can't help it. Baby Bird can't help it if you don't bring him the worm.
That's true.
So you got to bring him the worm.
I'll bring him the worm.
Although no question, he makes bullshit up just to get under your
He
skin.
does. Yeah, he's bullshit.
Me?
90% of his freaking lies.
Ruben
Anyway.
has a request. He wants his horse name on Monday to be called Slightly D. That's what he wants his horse name to be.
Slightly?
Oh yeah, slightly.
Okay.
Bouquet wants all of it. Give it all to him. He wants all of it. I was going to talk about NBA a little more today. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
I mean, did y'all see any of the Adam Silver state of the league?
No.
I thought it was interesting. So every year before the finals, Adam gives his state of the address, on states of the league, matters of the league. Man, two things I'm excited about.
Did he really
One
say
thing
the
pissed
All-Star
me
game
off.
was going to be World versus U.S.?
We're definitely going to have to try to
Which
fix the All-Star
they
game
could've-
once and for all.
They could have paid me for that 3 years ago. I
My
said that
God.
2-3
I know
years
you've been saying it forever. It's not going to be exactly like what the NHL did with the Nations Cup or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different countries that are represented in the NBA, but they're going to find out. They're going to do a bit where it's USA versus world, but we're going to have multiple teams. May have 2 American teams and 2 Euro or 2 foreign.
You see how
teams.
they overthinking this shit?
God.
Why overthink it? Just do. This is why I don't know.
Well,
how
here's
to-
the thing: if we have one world team, they're going to beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, that'd be great to watch.
You got to break that up.
Yes, we need that.
Yeah, but this is the thing isn't about who wins or loses the game. The thing about it is it makes the U.S. guys compete because everybody, this is what's going to be the narrative. Exactly what you two said. Come All-Star break next year, everybody, man, I got the world by 20. I got the world by 20. And Anthony Edwards and Steph Curry are going to have to say, hey, man, we can't have this. We're going to play this shit like for real from quarter one. It's about making it competitive. Who wins and loses is irrelevant. We just don't want to see them out there laughing, joking, throwing lobs. It's about making it competitive. And the foreigners are going to make the USA players come to play. And the USA players should come out there with a
You're
chip on
right
their
about
shoulder.
that. They'll come ready to roll.
They have no
It's
choice.
not going to be half-court alley-oops
No.
and bullshit.
It's going to be for real from the gate.
Yeah.
And that's what this has been missing.
And maybe they'll get everybody to participate like the Olympics.
Right.
They'll treat it like an Olympic tournament for a week.
Yeah.
So, let's see what
I just want it to be competitive.
let's
That's
see
all
what
we
they
ask for.
roll out.
Right.
It's on Silver, and let's be fair. I mean, it's made for an American audience, and so, but you can't help it if the Americans don't take it serious. The players, then it gets shot to shit.
Yeah. What was the other thing you like from Silver?
He's finally. It's time to expand. We're going to expand the league.
We need another team to make this
No,
even more
we
watered
don't
down.
need more teams, but there's 2 cities that need teams: Vegas and Seattle. That's about to happen. Question is, what conference do they go in? You gonna put Vegas in the East? He didn't say Vegas or Seattle, but those are the two biggest markets left without a team.
Yeah.
Seattle needs a team, but Vegas wants a team bad too. So what are they going to do?
That's LeBron's futures team right there. They're
How close is Memphis to Nashville?
3 hours.
Well,
that's a future East team right there.
I'd do Vegas and Nashville. Nashville's the Vegas of the South. Nashville is the most popping place in America right now.
Now, to quote Silver, he said, "In America or elsewhere."
He threw that in there.
He did just to
F with us.
I mean, are we about to add? Maybe I don't know. Vancouver couldn't handle the Grizzlies. We're gonna stick a team in Monterrey. I mean,
I don't think
I wouldn't
that
be
would
mad
work
at
either.
that, Mike.
I just don't think that would work.
in Monterey.
Yeah,
good luck getting folks. Yeah, do I have to go to Monterey? I don't know if I want to live there.
Yeah.
I can't even drive on the highway at 1 o'clock in the morning without getting a gun in my face.
No, and let's just be honest.
We can move, folks. So Jay Glenn's saying,
good point.
Move current teams somewhere else to where
because it don't make you can't put Vegas in the East, so you probably have to move like a Memphis and Minnesota to the East. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah,
that's
more
sense. That's a good
sense.
point. And then put Vegas and Seattle in the West.
The greatest thing to happen to the Spurs would be them going to the East.
The Spurs?
Yeah,
I don't see it.
That would be great because now Wemby has an easier path.
Houston technically is further east. Hell, so is Dallas.
Yeah, you're
They're
right.
not sticking us in the East.
That'd be so awesome.
You can't have a Cowboy-based team with a spur as a logo in the East. That would look weird. But yeah, I think the Mavericks are or the Mavericks are going to Vegas, or that, which
hilarious.
is not.
That's not off the table.
Not off the table. Not off the table. You know what's completely on the table? You getting a badass hookup with Sam's Embroidery, the official embroiderer, the official outfitter of In the Building, youth teams, all sports, all school districts, the police, fire, the sheriff's department, podcasters, whatever. If you need something logoed, whether it's shirt, pants, short, underwear, socks, hats, banners, sweatbands.
I don't think Sammy's embroidering
You
no
know
drawers.
what? Let's test him. I'm gonna take some boxer briefs into Sam's next week and see if he'll put In the Building right above the balls.
They better be in the package.
Yeah, I'll bring him.
They can't be out the washing machine.
I'm not going to bring him a pair of used ones. It'd be brand new. Put a little In the Building right above the penis. We can get that done. Hey, that's Sammy's Embroidery. He served over 1 million people. He makes dreams come true. He takes care of business. Me and Rudy have been in there a lot lately because he's our new partner. Every time I go in there, who's in there working the table? Sammy himself. And folks come in there, he just watching him take care of his people. It's a machine scene he's got in there because he's been doing it since 1994. If you need anything logoed, it is Sam's Embroidery. All brands too: Nike, Under Armour, Port Authority. Paint and body shops go get their work shirts done. The city puts all their construction crews in there. Sammy's Embroidery. Make sure you mention In the Building when you go in there to Sam's Embroidery. The one thing he said, Silver, that I don't love, but it is, I'm going to have to let this go and quit bitching about it. There ain't no way we're reducing the number of games. No way.
No way.
way.
At the end of the day, even though Silver is probably the most player-friendly commissioner in all of sports, he still works for the owners.
Yep.
And to me, the owners, everybody wants their 41. That's where they make their money.
That's correct. What's AD say?
Here to make money.
Here to make money.
Here to make
That's
money.
what Adam said. Hey,
the owners are like,
business.
what, you want me to go from 41 to 20?
Yeah.
That cuts my revenue in half.
That is correct.
So this isn't on Silver. This is on the owners. So if y'all want the league to go smaller, which I do too.
Not happening.
Start the season in December, end it in June. That would be so intriguing and so entertaining. Owners lose too much money.
Yeah, and it's like, well, okay, cool, 82 freaking games, and now you're going to throw in a world tournament that lasts a week, and we have the midseason tournament. Come on, man, but it's not going to happen. And the first thing out of his mouth was, "Guys, we're still a business." You know what? Even
being on this side of the rope, Mike, I'm cool with it.
Even things I don't agree with, what I always say, just be honest.
Right.
Don't bullshit me. It's a business. I'm not reducing the season.
And I don't love it. 50s be perfect.
50 be so amazing. Every game would be huge.
50 would be amazing.
Huge. You can have 4 in-season fucking tournaments. If you had a 50-game regular season, I got to get over it. I got to let it go. It's not going to happen. We're going to have more teams, more games. It is what it is. It just is what it is. This is what happens when your game goes global and it blows up all over the world and gets that popular.
Right.
There's more demand. All right. Speaking of AD, here to make money.
Here to make money.
Here to make money. And one way you make money is give out sweet hookups to the people. Father's Day coming down the deal soon, couple of weeks. Father's Day is what, Sunday, June 15th?
Yes, sir.
So the day before that, on the 14th, at Texas Cheer Liquor #1, the OG location up
My
on
house.
Petranco Road. They're having a real badass Father's Day bottle engraving scene from noon to 3 on Saturday, the 14th, at the Petranco location of Texas Cheer Liquor. Purchase any bottle of Gentleman Jack, Woodford Reserve, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, or Herradura Tequila. So you've got options. Purchase any one of those bottles between noon and 3 at the Petranco location, and they will engrave the bottle for free. Put something on there for your pops. Just in time for Papa's Day, go get your pop something kick-ass and have it engraved at Texas Cheer Liquor #1 on Petranco, the official liquor store of In the Building, where you always get 5% off when you mention In the Building.
Amen.
All right. Couple closing things here. I don't know what y'all got left. Shout out to Central Catholic High School.
What happened?
So I always say,
Follow up.
a lot
on
of
stories.
times,
Right.
if you're going to bust on somebody in the media, not that I consider myself a member of the media, but you're going to bust on somebody, you're going to dunk on somebody, follow up one thing. Don't be like the typical newspaper business. Oh, here's a major story. We're never going to follow back up again and tell you how it goes.
Right.
Central Catholic expelled 2 kids this week.
Expelled
Them. One of them, though, one kid is a senior. How do you punish him? Can't go to graduation. Fuck
Ouch.
you. You're not welcome.
Ouch.
Over the sexual assault allegedly going on at that school. 2 kids got expelled. One senior got told you're banned from graduation, and several other underclassmen also got disciplined. Not expelled, but the 2 or 3 that were the
Probably
most
holding
egregious.
them down.
Probably the erect cock, he got expelled.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, we find out this week that we're holding people down over at Central Catholic High School.
Allegedly.
While one other kid allegedly brings his erect schlong and is wiping it on the face of these kids. So the massive, this is Central Catholic, trying to get out of a massive lawsuit, but they still did right. They should be blamed for letting this happen under their watch and letting it get to the point where now we have lawsuits and people having to go to the media because Central Catholic, they should have expelled these fuckheads a long time ago.
Right.
But at least they did it. They did it. So there it is. Now Central Catholic can hopefully move on. They got rid of these asshole sexual deviants. And here's the other thing. I ain't saying throw these kids in prison, the ones that did it.
No.
They needed to be punished. It's a chance to teach young people this is not how you behave.
Right.
It's a chance to face discipline and move on. And maybe the kids that also got punished that are going to be back at Central Catholic next year, maybe they'll come back from this summer a little bit more mature,
Better humans.
a little better human beings. What else? It's D-Day today, June the 6th. It's D-Day plus 81 years. 81 years ago, some of the bravest young dudes ever, not much older than these kids at Central Catholic, bum rushed the beaches of northern France and began the liberation of France and getting rid of these fucking Germans. On the 6th of June, 1944, and the war was over by the end of the year after we jumped in there.
Shout out to them kids.
Yeah, man. I've actually been to Normandy before.
Really?
Yeah, man. I went to Omaha Beach, which is probably the most notorious of all the beaches. They're all notorious, but Omaha is where we lost the most American kids that day on D-Day. Having a storm. And the only way in 1944, the only way to penetrate that land was a beach assault, which meant lots of casualties. It sucked. Totally sucked. And so many kids gave their lives that day. And they still have a massive cemetery up there on top of that hill with all these American kids buried there. The average age was 19. These kids bum rushed and took over Germany and beat the fucking Nazis. And the liberation of France was today, 81 years ago today.
Damn, that's been 81 years.
Yeah, you saw Saving Private Ryan.
Of
right?
course.
That opening 30 minutes,
Brutal.
brutal. Only Spielberg can pull that off. Man. Anyway, it's D-Day. We had Memorial Day last Monday. Today's D-Day, so thank you, veteran. I'm heading to Corpus Christi, y'all. What are y'all doing this weekend?
What am I going to do this weekend? Nothing.
Good. Me too. Just not here. I'm
I don't think so.
Heading out today. One of my former hometowns. There are many. One of my former residences, Corpus Christi, Texas. Coming to see you. Shout out to SunSafe Auto Solutions. Had a good week, man. Been a real good week of broadcasting.
And they're doing a real cool car
Matter
today.
of fact, you know what? Pull the music, Jose. Stop the music. Pull the record. Pull the record.
I like that.
Pull the record.
The Germans, yes.
DJ, stop. As I'm driving to Corpus Christi, I won't have any sun reflection. You know why? Because we got sweet window tint. How could you drive around the state of Texas and not have proper tinting with the brutal sun we have? SunSafe Auto Solutions wants to tint your car. Call these people, 210-393-5088. Look them up online. They got a really nice Facebook page. They also do armor cars.
With the sage portion of the umbrella.
I mean, maybe had Jerry Glasgow had an armored car, he wouldn't have given up the hunting business down in Mexico to go into softball coaching. You never know.
Yeah, and I got an appointment next week for my wife's boutique.
Okay, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
cool.
It's gonna happen.
Okay, cool. We're going to tint the windows?
Yeah, we're going to tint the windows.
Excellent.
Next week,
All
SunSafe coming out to
All
tint
right.
chic
They
emotion.
also do paint protection, protecting you from, by the way, I'm about to go drive all the way to Corpus. Little rocks fly up, pop, pop.
PPF.
Come home with little dents and shit. This stuff protects your car. PPF and or sun tinting on your car. Do it today. Call them. Get a free quote. Mention in the building. They want to hear from you. It's our new people. The best way for them to know that they're getting an, Rudy likes to call it ROI, is to let them know that we sent you. It is SunSafe Auto Solutions, 210-393-5088. DJ, spin that shit. All right. I'm off to Corpus Christi.
Yeah, man. Safe travels. Y'all have a good time.
Thank you very much.
Man, Nina have just left Cozumel and headed straight back to the beach. Now it's gonna be a little downgrade.
No work though.
No work. Good point.
You know what?
Good point.
I planned all these things. She came home last night. I just want to chill.
And which you're cool with. You were just trying to be a good boyfriend, but
that's
right. She was like, I just actually want to do nothing.
I rented an Airbnb. I paid for it all. Baby, you ain't got to do shit. I ain't got to do nothing.
Just relax.
That's correct. When we get there, we'll figure it out.
I bet.
Well, she has been gone a week.
Good luck. You did your push-ups? Took your horny go? Good. Get your push-ups. Get your little pump, Mike. Get your little pump. Get ready. Oh, shit. Get you a little pump.
Okay, sign out.
Later. Birds up, bitches. Birds up. We bringing it home, baby.